Tuesday, and I'm back out on the Willoway docks. Let's take a walk through the dock. As we get into summer, grasses are becoming more and more popular. This is a hot one here for Proven Living. This is Cheyenne Sky. Up here, we're looking at a gorgeous boxwood. This is our own Cranberry Creek. And you can see here they're shaped nicely, got that flush of new growth. Looking good. There's a lot of Agilla on the dock here today. This one is Wine and Roses. Gorgeous color here, guys. It's on the dock quite often. This is Barberry in the Worry Free program. This one is Crimson Beauty. A fresh crop. This is Ilex Red Sprite, a 3-gallon. The trees are just starting to come in here, but here we're looking at 15-gallon red sunsets in the front there. We're looking at 15-gallon Alberta spruce. Great selection of trees in our container farm, and we go all the way up from the 7-gallon all the way up to our 45-gallon, so be sure to check that out. Nice size and grade on this 15-gallon green giants. We're seeing quite often here, we're looking at our 3-gallon crop of Nest spruce. You can see that really nice, full, lush growth on them. Heavy plants. They're 3-gallon, heavy 15 to 18s. Good value. Another fresh crop. This is Mr. Bowling Ball here in a 3-gallon. Next one to look at here, we're looking at Little Missy. This one is very sought after right now. We got a nice crop, nice 12-inch plants. Value in a 2-gallon. This is Bux's Franklin's Gem. On a 2-gallon, this is our Green Velvet 2 gallons. You can see here, nice lush growth, good flush of growth. This is a great value. We're looking at a nice crop of 3 gallons. This one is Green Gem. Great size and value on these guys. If you're looking for a plant for your landscape projects, this is one to look at. Green Gem in a 3-gallon. The boxwood are hot on the dock here. A lot of projects going on. So I wanted to show you a good selection of them. Here we have our 3-gallon. This is Winter Gem. And again, nice size and value on these trees. Look at these. This is a 5-gallon PJM. Nice crop here. Great flush of growth. See the nice consistency in the crop. 5-gallon PJM. A fantastic job on these fragrance viburnums. This is Jedi in a 5-gallon. This one is always on the dock here. We're looking at New Gen Freedom. These are 2 gallons. Big, heavy, full plants. So here I wanted to show you the 2-gallon Mock Cypress. Big, heavy, full 2 gallons, guys. This is a good value. We do 2s and 3s, but to be honest, these 2s are almost the size of the 3s. Check them out. Here we got grasses again. This is the 19-centimeter Carl Forester in the background there. You see the 3s. This is a real popular landscape plant. Well, here you can see another price point in the fragrance. This one is a 3-gallon Jedi, but they're a little bit smaller, but you can see the nice heavy consistency to the branching. Fragrance are looking great. Looking at some of the 5-gallon paniculatas, we'll start to see more of those color up. Here we have a 3-gallon first edition. I believe this one is a little hottie. And then a lot of these Salix and Shiki are coming up here. You can see that the coloration on it, as we get into the heat, they get these gorgeous hues of pink in them. These are looking great. We're looking at Spirea. This one is Glow Glow. And then again, Wagilla is hot here. Great summer color. This one is 3-gallon spilled wine. See the nice consistency on another order here, those 3-gallon Cranberry Creeks. Early evolution, and you can see all the buds on that. That's one of the earliest ones to color up in a paniculata, and we have some great plants. Let's look at, these are 3-gallon Bobos. You can see the buds are just starting to form on them, so we're going to have some nice color coming up here soon. Color here with Potentilla. You see a nice crop of 2 gallons. In the background there, again, we have the 2-gallon Blue Star Junipers. That's a consistent pull there. Those early evolutions out there to show you the size of that 3-gallon plant. Look at all those buds. Gens, and here we're looking at Spirea Little Princess. Again, loaded with flower buds on the top there. Then coming over here, we're looking at Proven Winners. This is Double Play Gold. You can see that nice set of buds on the top. They're going to contrast well with that foliage. Varieties of Echinacea coming on board here, and they're just starting to show some green bud in some cases, but that's the color of summer here. We're going to have a great selection, so check that availability. The Spirea, I believe that's Red Dragon, Double Play Gold, Big Bang, and again the Pfizer Carpus Ginger Wine. That's amazing color. To check out our selection of ferns, we got gorgeous 19 centimeter ferns. Here we're looking at ostrich. Just coming in from the greenhouse here on the Cucur, we see these almost every week. Great selection, big, heavy, full plants, nice color. The ferns, we have autumn brilliance. They got a nice plume of new color coming out there. We're looking at Brunera, and again, the ferns are looking fantastic. This is a great cross section here of all the varieties. You know, we have in the summer, we have proven winners, we have the blooming easy, we have the plants that work. They're all split trimmed and looking like this here. Look at all the buds coming out on these macrophyllus. Don't miss the opportunity. Again, the guys have done split trims on them. These are looking gorgeous here, guys. Another peek at those echinaceas, and you can see this one is starting to show some color here. You know, we're budded up, getting ready to go, so be sure to check echinaceas for summer color. Look at all the buds here. We have campanula. This is rapido blue and white. Beautiful. We have a lobelia. I believe that's starship rose. You can see the buds are just starting to form. Jim is a wonderful plant. You know, low care, gives you a lot of color. Several varieties here looking real good right now. This one again is Angelina's teacup. And here you can see some sedums. That's Joy. And then here we go in some leucanthemum. That's banana cream too. You can see the buds are just starting to form on those. And again, look at that color. That is sedum flaming carpet. Several varieties planted together. Those are great in the landscape and or a container. Several varieties of Astilbe starting to show some color here. Look at the buds on those. Big, heavy, full 19 centimeter Astilbe. Looking at salvia, and then we have Scantia Sweet Kate coming down. You're seeing a lot of the nice hosta coming up. They're going to start throwing some flower stalks up here soon, and which gives you additional color. And then we're looking at Ligularia. Nice, heavy, full plants there. Again, a lot of salvia is looking great right now. Here with some Scantia, salvia, and then geranium roseanne. A great color shot here on the dock. We're just seeing all those perennials. Look at that potential display. Video on these. This is Linestra Coral Star. This is a new one here, and you can see the gorgeous flowers that come out on them. They have the red buds to them. They open up into that coral pink and yellow flowers. You know, this is going to attract a lot of pollinators, and it's a great plant, very low care. Consider this one, Linestra Coral Star. And at some drift roses, I believe those are pink. And coming down here, petite knockouts. They're looking great here, loaded with flower. This is the Leucanthemum Daisy May. This is Rudbeckia Little Gold Star. That's an American Beauty Native. And Coreopsis Uptick Yellow Red. And that's Proven Winner Rocket Grove Bundle of Joy. And this is Asper Woodpine. This is quite often on the dock. This is Mimonewa. And if you're looking for a shorter statured plant with some color, this one is a great one. This is right now it's a two-color foliage when it starts out, but you're seeing some of the pink hues that we get in the summer. And then you get that great flower. You get on my money. Check out the Pop Star. Again, the macrophyllus are doing split trims on them. They got amazing color right now. Look at all these buds, guys. Crops of knockout roses. These are 2-gallon pinks. You can see here a lot of bud. Here we're looking at a 3-gallon. This is double red. And again, loaded with buds. Look at all those buds. This 2-gallon amethyst, and you can see the buds are just starting to open up on these. And they'll give you a gorgeous display. What a value in a 2-gallon wisteria. The Patriot's always one for color. Nice, tight, compact plants loaded with great foliage color. And coming over here is a 2-gallon double pink knockout. Consistent crop of these 7-gallon emerald green arborvitae here. Good value. You know, Euonymus has been up at the dock quite a bit. And this is Gold Splash from Proven Winners. Look at that great color here. Varieties of allium starting to come up, showing some buds. Those are another nice warm season plant, give you some interest. And then here we're looking at some of the lilies. You know, those are the Asiatic lilies, and those have lots of buds on them. Get some roses. We have the Atlas rose, a gorgeous peachy color to them, great fragrance plant. Coming here we have Sunny Knockout. Give you another peek at those 2-gallon wisteria. And then off to the side there is a 2-gallon Chardonnay Pearl. We're looking at Drift Red again, multitude of buds and blooms on those. Here's another interesting, this is Stacky's Key Lime. This is a newer one. And there's always a popular plant with consumers, and here we have 17 centimeter. This one's lavender phenomenal. This one last week in Thad's video, but this one is Spadilla Apple Slices, a hot new one from Proven Winners. Some 3-gallon, these are the new Gen Freedoms, and more of a Physocarpa to look at. There's Amber Jubilee, and then we have several others over here, but you know, Physocarpus is another great color plant for the summer. And again, we have 1 gallon and platted ground cover. Here we're looking at our ivy and platted myrtle. Hydrangea trees are going to start to color up here real soon, and here we're looking at our 7-gallon limelights. Look at the size of those plants. Great value, guys. Hydrangea trees are coming up here. We're looking at 5-gallon quick fires. Look at the buds. And more jet maples coming in the dock. We have Viridis here. Gorgeous size on these 7. Another lavender to look at. This is Lavender Grossa. An American Beauty's grass. This is Panicum Cape Breeze. Look at that gorgeous full plant. And several grasses coming into the dock here. More of those Cheyenne Skies. Several varieties of Miscanthus. They're getting some nice size to them. Beautiful color. Another peak here. We're looking at 19 centimeter drifts. Look at these drift reds. You know, all of the drifts are looking fantastic. Knockouts, those split trims are doing wonder. Amazing amount of buds. Still bringing in those gorgeous perennials. More trees coming into the dock here. We're looking at some pretty good sized 25 gallons. You see the great color again on the Salix Nishiki. Those are the tree forms. Talked about these several times in the videos, but I just had to stop and show you these again. So what the guys did, they put these in a cooler, and that extends the season for you. Normally in the garden center, you wouldn't see plants of this caliber with all these buds. In the landscape, Raymond Evanson plants bloom well into the season, and you know, they've won many gold medals for his breeding. But I mean, geez, look at the blooms on these guys. You're missing an opportunity if you don't grab these plants. These are going to be blooming for weeks ahead. We've got a nice selection of colors. Be sure to check that clematis out. Another sedum I wanted to show you. This is part of the Proven Winners collection. This is Pure Joy. And you can see these are loaded with buds here, guys. They're going to color up soon, and they hold their flowers for some time. You know, very heat resistant, low care plant, great impact and color. Sedum Pure Joy. Well, that's a quick walk through the dock. You know, we've seen a lot of great things coming up to the dock here. We've got exciting perennials for summer color. We have beautiful trees, both in containers and stock B&B, by the way. We have landscape-sized shrubs, gorgeous plants for your summer planting. Be sure to give it a sales team. Geez, I hope we're loading the truck for you.